Since I don't have anything to do, I figured I might as well dig in to start tearing stuff down, get it cleaned up. So I've got to get the valves out, all these studs, all the exhaust studs that are in there, they're probably going to break off. Pre-cups, all that stuff out of there. So let's see if we can start getting the valves out. This is a little thicker than an N14, so we got to do some adjusting on my tool. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. There we go. Alright, there you go. There's the top piece. It does not look good. It's wore. Using double valve springs, some kind of a Mickey Mouse stem seal. Rotator on the bottom, still functioning. Let's see how loose they are. You know, those aren't, wow, those are, they're wore out, slopping around like crazy. Big valve. That's a big one. So I'm going to leave those out. There you go.
I've got my feet in the mud and you don't realize how with a walk down the alley you got me twice. Caught my eye, caught my hunger, and I'm caught in half. And now I'm stuck in the mud till you realize.
I see no cracks in the heads. That's a big hole in it. So now, Dwayne Shaw told me, and I totally agree with this, that I needed to take these lifters out and they need to be put back in the same hole they came out of if you're using the same cam again. They look good. That one I can feel some yucky. I don't know. That one's not good. It's got a dent in the middle. What head would this be? Yes, this is number 1. So remember, number 3 was bad. And you can see the marks on the head where the piston was hitting it. And you're asking yourself, well, if the rod bearing was bad, how did it hit it? Well, it's not on the way up. It's on the way back down because that thing's still moving. Has a lot of inertia behind it. Crankshaft goes back down and this thing goes whop and hits it. What was it? 3 and 4? It was 3 and 4 that were bad. 3 was the worst. So I have a Herbrand stud remover and you can change the inserts, and all I can find is 3/4 and 5/8. I can't seem to locate the 1/2 inch, so this is my other Herbrand one. take this pin out and pull this wedge out. Then this wedge has got serrations on it. You're going to put it in like that until it pinches down on the stud and undo it. And as you go to crank on it to undo it, it's going to try to drive this in even tighter on the stud. Now you can't do that really on the threads, which I just thought of, so this really isn't going to work. So I'm going to be down to getting fine threads and double nutting those to get them out. Exhaust studs. And what do you bet they ain't going to come out? Okay, so am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Shit. I sprayed a little Royal on them, but it's not working yet. So I don't know. It's not coming. Not coming at all. So I might have to wire brush around these threads a little better and apply some heat, get them good and hot, and then let them cool, see if they'll come out. So let's see, what did I do with my pin? It's right here. Put it back in there before I lose the tool. So when you're putting exhaust studs in, tap the holes. I think I've showed you this before, but if you're new here, tap the holes good. Clean them out good. Make sure your stud will go in freely by hand. Undo it. Smother it in silver anise. Take some and put in the hole, because as you screw the stud in with anise on it, it's going to pull some of it off. It's not going to get to the bottom. Stick some in, clear the bottom with a small brush, screwdriver, whatever. Screw them in, finger tight. That's it, finger tight. Then, when you put the manifold on, put no anise here where your nuts are. That way when you go to take this off, the studs will come out and the nuts stay on. And the manifold falls off. Piece of cake. And then put new studs and nuts on when you replace it. Alright, so Jake's gonna go to town and get me some 1/2-inch fine thread nuts. I can't find any, and the ones that came off are here buried in a bucket. I got a 5-gallon bucket full of bolts. I'm not dumping it out to find them. Looks to me like somebody's used vice grips on them. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the nut that holds the nozzle in the pre-cup. So we're going to undo those. Oops, got the wrong one. I think those are 1 inch. So we'll go ahead and get a 1 inch. There we go. Look at that. Came right off. So the glow plugs came right out. They're all brand new. Cheap Chinese ones. Not a lick. I don't know. Maybe is that copper NICs? Not much on there. So they seat right here on the end. And if you over torque them, this is not a solid piece of metal. This has got like a ceramic in it with that wire. You can twist them off and then you're toast. This is the one thing I hate about these, is so they have this brass on them. That one's sticking up, and then they crimp them in here to hold them. And most of them, it never works. And then junk gets in there, and then they don't make contact. So there's that piece. It does have, look at that, a little bit of copper anise on it. And then this O-ring here, come on, goes in there, and when you tighten the fuel line down, it goes against this to keep the dirt out of that. See if we can get this out. There we go. Look at that. And it's loose, see? Now, I was told when I went and got this that they put brand new nozzles in it because they were thinking maybe it was a bad nozzle, that knock. And when these go bad and they just pee a stream out of them, oh, they knock like a rod going out. But it's up high in the motor, up at the head, not in the bottom in the crankcase. So when you put these on, you do this. Oop. Like that, snap them on. So those are brand new. So we'll get the rest of them out, then I'll go get my tool and see if we can get pre-cups out. Alright, this is the tool, and that goes in where is it? This is, now check this out. This one's rusty. It's even rusty down on the nozzle. Got water in it. So you put that in there like that. And then you take the 1/2 inch and pray that comes undone. And it's trying, but it's not turning. So, let's put some more Croil in here. Last thing I want to do is ruin the thread. Tighten it up. Go tighten wise this time. I don't know why that is not coming out. It seems like it's the O-ring stuck or something.
Oh, I can see the bright from the sky in the morning light. Light from the sky burns, and you see me come around from the other side. Come on and set the light in me, the light in me.
Man, it's getting hot. These coveralls gotta go. This is miserable. I just keep spraying some liquid poop on it, see if that works. I got the pre-cups out and the threads are good. The impact loosened them, but the problem is the O-rings that seal the water would just, they were so swole up and stuff. That's why the impact was going back and forth like a shock absorber. So I just had to put a ratchet on it and they screwed right out. I kind of wonder if somebody's had them out recently. I don't know. I doubt it, just judging from how dirty the holes, the bores are. But that's why you got to put liberal amounts of anti-seize on here. And usually what I do is I put this washer on. So this right there is a washer. It's a sealing washer. And they come in different thicknesses because when you put them in and you, let's see if we can get it started in there. Come on, yeah, find a hole, find a hole. There, close my eyes. I can only do it in the dark. So when you put them in and screw them all the way down, this glow plug hole, and I have to go double check in the book, but I'm pretty sure it's either right there or right there. Now you can be within 15 degrees of center line of crank. So there's in line with the crank and there's 15 off. That's where you got to be. You don't want to be here. And I'm not exactly sure why that is. I know they're a bear to get out if they're right there by the valve cover, but all cat engines will tell you that 15 degrees within the center line. See, somebody did use a little bit of copper anise in this hole, not much. But the pre-cups look good, and the groove in them looks really good. These aren't pitted, which a lot of times you'll see a lot of pitting from crappy antifreeze. And these guys were running cat long life antifreeze, so they look good. So that's done. I got the studs out. Oh, and then here is a lifter. So I'm going to take a paint marker. So this is the front head. So this is going to be number 12. No, 2, 4, yeah, no, this will be 6. What a dumbass. This will be number 6. So I'll measure them from front to the back. And then put them in the bucket. Anyway, what retains them is just this little ring right here. It goes around the top. That way when you take it off, they fall out. Not all the way out. So, I don't know if you can see it in the sunshine, but you can see kind of a dish in here. And I don't know if these are ground flat or how they're ground, because as the cam turns them, these should turn also. Pretty sure. We're making progress. So at this point, probably the worst part, and this is why I absolutely hate guys that screw these in tight and no anti-seize. I just hate it. Are these going to come out? I don't know. I bet money I fight those to get them out. I got one down here that's broke off. I'm going to be one pissed little guy here, old man. So as bad as I hate to, I should probably go get the steam cleaner and go after this with a steam cleaner. Clean it up best I can and then see if I can get the studs out. Been spraying them with Croil. I don't know if that's helping. I got everything out, tore down, and I sprayed it with that $300 or $250 Hotsy soap. That crap couldn't get the undies off a stripper. Couldn't get the bra off a stripper. And yet they call it stripper. I don't know what it strips. Your wallet? So I sprayed that wallet stripper all over here. It didn't do squat. Absolutely nothing. Worst soap ever. It's horrible. I can't believe they can charge the kind of money they do for it. It's just awful. So anyway, looks like I better take it inside. We got black skies coming. So I shall get it in the shop. Is my face splattered? Because my shirt sure is. I expected that soap to get rid of that black. But no. It wouldn't even remove the oil. It's so useless and worthless. So I'll get this inside so it doesn't rust, and then I can start working on those studs tomorrow. Unless I take the day off, which I just might do. Take the day off. So I put an inquiry into IPD and highway heavy parts, and IPD called me back, a guy from Arizona, and super nice guy, awesome guy, and he told me to call Hal at Industrial Junction. So I called Hal, super nice guy, who's going to put together a quote for me and find out if IPD has them in stock or not. So, looking forward to that. I'm going to start cleaning stuff up, and I got to have these heads cleaned up and ready to go, so might as well do that. Geez, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get all those studs out. I might turn into a bear. So, see you guys later. If you ever need a really good soap to remove grease and paint, don't buy Hotsy, because that stuff couldn't strip a dollar bill off a stripper. It's crap.